We're here live. Yes, it's a Thursday. Everybody, my gift to you, my gift to America. Yes, being
Can we
here.
go home now?
Go home, Robin. Yes, we're here.
Don't get used to it. It's the Howard Stern Thursday Show.
All right. Well, the Howard Stern Thursday Show. Robin, this is my gift to America. Later on, we'll be interviewing Robin Quivers, artist. I've heard the new album. It's remarkable. It's breathtaking. But also, because it's a Thursday.
Yes.
And because we're not really supposed to be here, I've developed a different format today. And if you had a camera, which we're the only media outlet that has no cameras and has no ability to broadcast television, but one day it'll happen, and then we'll crow like we invented it.
We're going to get to that invention pretty soon now, I think.
When I came to Sirius, I said to them, why don't we make, this is now going back 10 years, why don't we make a TV deal as well? Because to me, if Sirius is really, I was thinking like kind of globally, like I work for Breitbart, but I was I was thinking globally at that time because Sirius was just trying to get into cars. I said, can you imagine a day where we have 30 million subscribers, but we're also a television outlet? And we can provide TV. And they looked at me like I was fucking crazy. And then 5 years into it, I said it again. Why should we only provide radio? Why not be full service? Movies, television, like provide everything. Like this is before the Netflix.
This is an entertainment industry,
and I said,
right?
yeah. I said, why not look at this? Looked at me like I was crazy. So now, fast forward to 10 years later, everybody and their mother were High Pitch Eric has a channel, TV show.
Jeff, the drunk major producer of television.
So we make a deal to maybe develop this new concept of having television and radio. But of course, I'm still waiting for that to happen. It's happening. It's going to happen. I'm just hoping I'm alive for it. So anyway, why did I bring that up, Robin?
Yes, why didn't you?
I don't know.
Because you're trying to describe what's
Yes, because if we were equipped to, you would see. If I'm going to describe the room to
I
you.
don't know if people should see that.
Yeah. Looks like a police lineup.
I thought there was a lineup going on here. I said, what was the crime?
What I've done for the Thursday show, and I said to the guys who work here, and these are only some of the guys because this show's so brilliant it takes 3,000 guys to put it on, but these are some of the guys who work here, and I'll go down the list. We've set up a giant table. Everybody is we're going to attempt today to get to all the material that is in my computer. Can't believe I have to explain this. What's so funny, JD?
Yeah, JD.
He's whooping and he won't tell us what's funny.
Ronnie's going nuts because JD's whooping.
That's all he does.
As soon as you walked in the room, he started whooping.
I know.
Yeah. There's something.
I didn't even do anything. I walked in.
Ronnie makes me happy. What can I say?
What happened? You saw Ronnie and you went, woo!
Yeah, it's just funny to see him.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at him.
But here's the lineup. The guys all sitting here are going to present stuff that's in the computer. And what you're really listening to this morning is what we do on a Tuesday meeting. People say, hey, we have this material. Howard, how come you haven't gotten to it? And then I say to them, I haven't gotten to it because it's good material, but I haven't, for one reason or another, I can't get to it. You understand, Shuli?
Of course,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, boss.
Yes, both.
Yes, my boss who says everything correctly.
That's correct, Hashem.
All right. Now, to my left is Brent.
Good morning.
Formerly of the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. For some fucking weird reason, he had to leave that. It sounds shady, whatever it is.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, he had to leave.
I'd love to know the real story of that deal.
Why? Is there a real story?
I don't know.
Seems to me we've never heard it. But Brent ended up joining our show. I met him through Bubba, and I said, gee, if he ever leaves Bubba,
it was a circuitous route. He didn't come straight here from Bubba.
He was working for some other guy.
I worked for the famous author Neil Strauss.
Right, who interviewed me for Rolling Stone.
He did your Rolling Stone profile, and then I worked with Mary Lou Henner.
You did?
Yes.
Doing what?
She had a radio show, so they hired me to kind of teach her how to do radio and get
Like a radio tutor.
kind of get out of the television mindset and into the radio mindset, because it's two different things, doing episodic TV and doing daily radio. So she's fantastic. She was just up here the other day and said to tell everybody hi.
Does she still have a radio show?
No, she's just back to just doing acting and her health stuff.
Right.
She was that
and remembering
fantastic.
stuff.
Yeah.
Good job, Brent.
Good job, Brent.
Howard,
Yeah, the one woman he taught how to do radio is out of business.
Well, they wanted to do female-oriented talk radio, so we got it up to 11 terrestrial stations, which isn't bad. It's just, it's a tough market for female.
And how long was the show? Like 3 hours?
3 hours, yeah.
Howard,
Maybe if they had a TV component, but they hadn't figured that out yet.
I would love to be there for the classes Brent gave.
Yeah, like the advice. What
I'd be
was
like,
it?
well, you know, in Bubba's world, we had something where we would shit on people. We should do the equivalent of that for women.
Have you ever thought of shocking the puss? It's women who are-
You know what liquid ass is? Yeah, liquid ass.
We would spray women down with liquid ass on our show. Perhaps that's an idea you might want to use in a gentler way, because it's women talking about women's empowerment. But
Howard, one day we said to
what
Brent,
could he teach her? Here's how we threw shit into a fan. I mean, your experience had been completely polar opposite of a woman's show.
When you're inserting a cell phone, make sure it's on before you insert it into the woman.
Yeah. Here's how not to throw shit into a fan. So Brent ended up working with us, which makes me very happy. And I got Bubba's blessing ahead of time. I called him. I said, you know, Brent's... believe it or not, the Mary Lou Henner thing isn't working out. he's approached us, and Bubba was like, "Yeah, take him,
Please.
yeah, do something with it." So you seem to be on good terms with him.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Bubba gave me a job for 13 years. Why would I be upset with him?
Yep.
There's no reason, you know, somebody that you did a show with for that long, I'm not going to be upset. It's just like being in a band, though. It's just we got to a point where we couldn't work together anymore.
Yeah. I thought you were a very strong part of the show. That's why I was surprised that Bubba didn't somehow work it out with you.
Yeah, it was just one of those creative differences things and business differences, and we decided to shake
What's the matter,
hands.
Jason?
Jason's
thought-
having a conniption.
Well, I think the end of this wasn't it you on the floor crying like in a fetal position?
That was in 2009. I didn't.
Oh, you lasted
What?
through that.
What happened there? Nervous breakdown? Yeah.
The way to trigger me into a breakdown like that is to get me to do shots of Jack Daniels,
Yeah.
and they did that until I had a breakdown one day on the air.
Oh.
and then you stayed off the air for a while after that, right?
Yeah. I kind of did what Gary does. I went to to an office and I had a microphone in my office, but
You went to sleep?
I did what Gary did.
Yeah, I slept through the show. But what happened? You had a bit. You drank too much and kind of had a freak out.
on the air, and then I freaked out, and it
And then
went
Bubba
all
Were
said-
they afraid to have you in the studio?
No, I think that you know, for
Was
what
it kind of like when Mehmet? I couldn't find him. He'd run out of the
no,
studio.
I think Bubba was a little just
Freaked out?
mad at me for some reason.
For having the breakdown.
I think it was a little deeper than that.
What you said while you were drunk?
Yeah, probably.
what'd you say?
Oh.
I think I got to call. You know, I was smashed. I got to calling them names, and I let some of my real thoughts come out on the air.
Oh, now I understand.
There's more to this story, I guarantee
Oh,
you.
yeah?
We keep digging, we'll get it.
That's pretty explicit. So, you got loaded. You kind of like said, "Hey, fuck you, Bubba. You're a douchebag, and I've been putting up with your shit forever." And you got drunk. Let's get Brent drunk right now.
Let's see what else is on his mind.
I'll fire him too. Right.
Put him in a
He
studio
said a lot of
first.
shit on the air.
That's what he said.
Yeah, this was all on the air. Like,
Yeah,
Ronnie, turn up your hearing aid.
He's a beat behind. That's all.
Holy cow. An old fuck.
Ronnie thinks it's Wednesday.
So,
Where are we, Ronnie? Did he say a lot of this shit on the air?
How many times do I have to remind you to be here today?
see, this is what I was afraid is going to happen. We're never going to get to any clips.
Content schmontent.
Because this is so fascinating. Yeah, I didn't realize this all came out on the air. I'd love to hear that show.
Yeah.
I can get it for you because it was actually on Sirius.
And what did you say? You must have said some crazy.
Did you go to his weight?
Or was it worse than that?
You had to
I
go
went
to his
I
weight.
went right there.
Yeah.
Oh, you called him a fat fuck and
Yeah,
everything?
something like that.
Yeah, and and he'll often call himself a fat fuck, but it hurts when one of your guys calls you a fat fuck, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Someone you think loves you.
Yeah.
How's his weight now, by the way? I haven't seen him in so long.
I haven't seen him in a while either, and it's
No.
been a couple of years.
He's not as fat as when he used to wipe his ass with a towel.
No,
is
he weighed 488 back then, and then he got down to 300.
Right.
And then
Down
when he
to 300.
when he
Well,
first,
hey, okay, that's pretty good.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he could move around a lot better, and then then when he started here, he got down to about 250.
Yeah,
which
he was
that
feeling
the-
good about himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was about the best that he was.
Right. And then, so who knows where he's at now?
Yeah, I'd say he's probably.
So
still
you
around
went right to
300.
his weight on the air, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean,
that must
I
have been
was-
embarrassing.
I was.
Because, Bubba's, his whole act is that he's the guy in charge and, his guys and it's an army and all that shit. And then
You
all of a
just
sudden,
blew that.
you just fucking shit on your general.
And I think I picked up a trash can and threw it
Yeah.
at somebody.
man.
Oh, did you? How long did the freeze last where you weren't on the air and like Bubba wasn't talking to you?
It was a few months.
few months.
Wow.
So you were working there, but Bubba
Yes.
put you on detention.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
He was in Bubba jail.
Yes. You were in the Bubba jail. It's like, then that's like an army jail.
Bubba Brig.
Bubba Brig. There you go.
Bubba Brig. You were in the brig.
I love the visual of Brent with a trash can over his head going, "You fat fucker!"
Would you
Well,
go?
no, I didn't throw it at Bubba. I threw it at another guy, and then the guy was like, "Hey, you spilled moonshine on my notes."
Is Bubba a lot like Donald Trump in the sense that, like, it's got to be his way?
100%.
Yeah. So,
And loyalty is everything.
Everything.
yeah. And you better be nice to the boss.
Oh, what? Yeah, Bubba would have definitely fired Comey if
Right.
if he was the president.
So if you were in the brig, like you'd be there every day.
Yeah.
And was everyone now, because Bubba was ostracizing you, were you also, like, did all the guys freeze you and not talk to you, or?
No, because I was still the executive producer
I see.
and the number two guy kind of at the business.
But
So
doesn't
they
the
all-
exec producer have to talk to the talent a little bit?
Yeah. But when Bubba got mad at you, he really froze you out.
So he didn't talk to you.
Only really on the air mostly.
Right. I see.
But you're the same way, right? When you get mad at somebody, you do the exact same thing,
Which is what?
which is just they're dead to you. They don't exist.
Well, I mean,
That's what
He learned from the best.
he got mad at John Lieberman for putting out a tweet when him and Ronnie had the fight about Brent being a rat,
Yeah.
and all John Lieberman tweeted was, "I side with Ronnie on this one."
Uh-oh.
And since then, you bring up John Lieberman's name around Brent, and he's like,
Is that right, Brent?
dead to me.
yeah, that's true.
Is there anyone on this panel that you dislike? that
Oh,
you're
no.
currently- No, you're
No,
you're
not at
currently
all.
okay.
Let's
who do
get
you
him
like the
drunk. You
least?
can't believe him unless
Right.
he's drunk.
Can we get you drunk on the air one day, or are you sober?
Start
Look,
crying.
as long
pussy.
as it's not Jack Daniels, yeah,
Really?
because I don't want to freak out. Like,
Yeah,
Good
but we
thing
kind of
Calvin
want
does
you to.
Yeah.
What is it about Jack Daniels?
I don't know.
That shit's wild.
It's crazy, man.
Should that shit be against the law?
that should be illegal before marijuana. That
Right.
much. I can
How
tell
much
you.
did they give you to drink?
It was like 5 to 7 shots. Like I started.
That's it?
Well, I
That's
started losing. I started losing track about that time. So
Right. Wow. That must have been a good show.
yeah, it was.
So good we hired him.
It's a claim to fame.
That was a crazy show.
See, I would think Bubba would just like get you drunk every day after that show and say, I got a gold mine here. This fucking guy's gonna, it's like truth serum. All right, so here's our panel. You've heard the concept of the show. It's the guys in the back who are going to force me today to introduce to you what is in my computer, so we finally get to it. So you've heard Brent. Which
Yeah, that's as far as we got in introducing everyone.
it occurs to me that Brent, like we should just do a whole show on Brent.
It's
Yeah, right.
fascinating. yeah,
He's
it
doing
really is.
something so crazy
What,
next
Brent?
week.
What's
that
he doing?
You should probably try and stop him from doing.
What's he doing?
So there's a potential serial killer in Tampa.
Oh, my
Yes.
Brent
What do you do?
is
Yeah.
going to Tampa. He's going to canvass the neighborhood looking for a serial
Oh, my
killer.
goodness.
Citizen's arrest.
No, so it's been 40 years since The Son of Sam, which
Right.
is 77 in New York City. This guy's almost doing the same thing. He's killed 4 so far. In
4
Tampa.
women, like lovers?
guys.
Oh, guys.
He's walking up to guys, and the last one was Wednesday morning or Tuesday morning. He walked up at 5 a.m, shot a guy in the back of the head that was walking towards the bus stop. So the police are combing this neighborhood in Tampa, and the last 2, they've been in earshot of the gunshots and
Right.
still not caught the guy.
Oh, so
Wow.
you're going to go down there and fix it.
What are you going to do? What's the plan?
Oh, I'm going to go down there and interview some of the residents and see what they've seen
please.
and
Right.
take
What
some
do you mean? Oh,
witness
please. Let me find out. This is fascinating.
I thought he was going to catch the guy. He's going to talk to
Well,
people.
that's what he's working
Well,
on.
you got to plan.
He's gotta do a
Robin,
piece of
you've got to
profiling.
conduct an investigation before you can catch someone.
What about if you took some Jack Daniels with you?
He was in my office yesterday, and he was
Is it
telling
fair
me,
to call him Brent Hatley Mind Hunter?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Mindless.
Mindless Hunter. What did you say, Gary?
he was in my
You
office
gonna wear
yesterday.
that shirt?
What was it?
He was in my office yesterday. He was talking about how he's going down there and he's going to interview the police
Right.
as well.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, you're going to make a citizen's arrest?" He lit up, Howard. He said, "Wouldn't that be the greatest thing in
Yes,
the
it
world?"
would.
And I said, "Yeah, but what if you met the guy and he killed you?" But that thought doesn't cross his mind.
No, it's the same thing when we went down when the guy ran over people in Times Square and he's walking. He's going, "Let's see if we can get closer on the other side." I go, "Get closer. What are we getting closer to?"
All right. So what are you going to do? You better bring. Do you have weapons and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good.
What are your weapons?
Like
A
my,
garbage pail.
my, my, my,
Throw a garbage can at him.
my father-in-law's a retired police officer. He's got a whole
What do you got?
armory. He's got everything from AR-15s to AK-47s.
Wow.
to
So you're going to be all.
380s, 45s.
It's Neo. He's going to come down there loaded for bear.
It's only
We
for
should have a promo where Brent is like strapping on multiple guns.
like Rambo.
He's going out hunting.
If I lived in Tampa, I would not leave the house.
You know what's going to happen? He's going to end up getting arrested and mistaken for this serial
That's
killer.
right, yeah.
It'd be great if Brent was the serial killer. This is all a big cover. All right, so Brent, you're going to be down in Tampa next week.
Yes.
Mind hunting.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right.
For Thanksgiving.
What could people tell him?
You don't know. See, the police don't know what people are going to tell them till you get there and ask.
Right.
What does your girl
And you're just
say
going to pick random people to talk to.
Yeah, well, people in the neighborhood. I've already been in. It's a neighborhood that's kind of half gentrified, and there's artists in this neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
So
Hippies.
I've been in contact with a few of the
I
artists
see.
there that are gonna
The artist.
that have been willing to talk to me about what's going on.
Here's going to be the interviews. Hi, my name is Brent. I'm going to talk to you now about what's going on with the serial killer. Okay. So what have you seen? Nothing. Oh, all right. Thank you.
I'll move along.
What if, like, you do an exhaustive study, and then as you're narrowing down the clues, you find out it's Bubba?
What are you going to do when they ask who are you with? What are you going to tell them?
What
In other words, I'm here to interview you, and they go, "Yeah, who are you with?"
Sirius XM.
We might want to play it on the air.
What if we put together a package that's interesting?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a
What
big
if?
This is a big case. It's nationally. It's in national news right
If you
now.
crack this case, this will be the best thing for the show.
Oh my God, it'd be incredible.
Yeah, and save your tape for the show. Don't just go playing it for the media.
Oh, 100%.
And remember, you work here, not Bubba. If you give it to him first, I'll be pissed.
Now, what
Nobody
if-
gets the tape but you.
Right.
What if the guy walks up? Does Brent keep taping while he gets shot? Or
I don't know.
Does
no.
he stop?
That's when his weapons
No,
come.
I pull out Robin. I'm Deadeye Jones with a shot.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
One shot, one kill.
All right. Now, let's get over to the rest of the panel because we spend all morning
Brent
on
is hogging all the time.
So again, the idea here today is that we're going to get to everything in our computer, and so far we're a half hour in and we haven't gotten anything. You got Brent. Sitting next to Brent is Fafa Fohai himself, a superstar in this industry, in the radio industry. Right, Brent?
Hello.
100%.
Yes.
Well, I love Gary.
You were a producer. Did you look up to Gary before you worked here?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I absolutely respect and looked up to Gary.
He's one of my favorite people here, Howard.
Really?
Is
We
that
get along
right?
great.
Yeah.
That explains it.
Yeah. Explains what? At least my friend contacted me when he had a baby.
Shots fired.
But Gary, you're like Trump in that anyone who compliments you like because
No, Brent and I get along.
you do. Okay. So what? So Gary's here, and Gary's going to present some material, and then you got Jason next to Gary. Jason, everyone knows Jason Kaplan.
Hello. It's cool. Gary's the only one here with his own cough button.
I know because he has to clear his throat.
That's how.
Really?
Is that right? Is that what it's for?
Yeah, it's a cough button. Gary cough.
Because you clear it for phlegm, right?
Yeah, I think it's more psychological. Like I haven't used it yet. I think I just need to know it's there.
Yeah.
I know you've turned your head to the side though, and giving yourself a few.
I'm just staring at the diva in the box.
Yeah, have you noticed that during the show, Gary has moved away from the mic so he can clear his throat?
Yeah.
Why not use the cough button?
It depends on the
clearing.
size of the cough.
All right. I'm going to throw up. All right. Then you got Jason. Everyone knows Jason for years. Very controversial figure.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Jason. I'm wondering why I'm thinking about this new law that Trump just about the killing of elephants.
Oh,
Not nice.
No, I don't mean it that way. I just am
Fat shaming.
I'm fat shaming. I'm sorry, I fat shamed. You're right, I fat shamed. No, Jason's been with the show for years. He was an intern originally and then took on a job, and he knows the ins and outs of what goes on back there. Am I right, Jason?
yeah, I love ratting people out and bringing you all the good gossip in the back office. 'Cause
Right.
I love the fighting.
You guys get mad at Jason occasionally, right? Because he always squeals on you, but he's doing his job. I like it. I approve.
I brought since we're clearing out unused or unplayed bits, I actually have some unveiled rumors and stuff about people in the office. Like the Brent note was one. That was
Right.
one of
In
them,
other words, you've been sitting on rumors because you haven't been able to get them on the show.
Or we've gotten to you, but they haven't, for whatever reason, they haven't cropped up to
this
the
is going to
top.
be some show today.
Wow.
In addition to my big interview with Robin Quivers
I can't wait.
about her music. I heard the album last night.
Nobody else has heard it?
No.
Except the producer. I guess.
I have never heard anything like it. This goes beyond anything she's recorded. I even wrote her a note. I said,
amazing.
this is your best work yet.
I
It's
said,
amazing.
oh, no, that's not good.
I've never heard anything like it. And we're going to go through Robin's history. You know, there was a period of time when Robin had stopped singing on the air. She was angry. She even said to me, I'm so frustrated that I'm not a great singer. And it's painful for me to hear my singing. I am no longer singing on the air. Then suddenly, and we're going to ask her about this later.
Yeah,
Not yet.
I was recounting the day it changed for me.
Yeah, we
to
were.
a friend last
Yes, we called. And we're going to ask her about this later.
night.
Not yet.
I was recounting the day it changed for me.
Yeah, we
to
were.
a friend last night.
Yes, we called that the silent years. And
The
then,
quiet year.
yeah, and then all of a sudden, for no fucking apparent reason, she did a complete turnaround and recorded tremendous amounts of music.
I had an epiphany.
Yeah. She had and one of the things you're going to learn later on when I interview Robin, and I don't want to hear about it yet, Robin. I want it. This is a promo. And not many people know this. There was a point where Robin took music lessons, and the music teacher, the professional, turned to her and said, there is nothing I can teach you. Now, I cannot wait to talk about this because this woman wanted to get up in so bad. She's such a maniac that
And Robin was probably paying her.
At
oh, yeah.
least she didn't commit suicide.
All right, don't bring it back to me. But can you imagine when I play you this album and this woman said, "There's nothing I can teach you."
You know that she also had a bunch of famous clients that she could teach things to.
Right.
Like she told
Oh,
Bon
no,
Jovi.
she was a great music teacher.
But Robin was like, "Yeah, you know, evidently I know everything about singing. This is unbelievable."
So great.
But Robin, don't talk about it yet.
All right.
I've got you scheduled in at 10 o'clock. Instead of news today, Robin has a day off. So this is exciting. All right, continuing on with our panel. I got to get to every one of these guys. I want you to know that JD is sitting next to Jason this morning. What, Ronnie?
He's imitating me, laughing at him.
No, it'd be more like, whoop.
Does it bother you, Ronnie, that JD laughs every time you walk in the room?
Sometimes it annoys me. Especially if after I had a few drinks, it really does annoy me.
It's weird because I saw it in action today. You walked in with 20 other guys.
Yeah.
And then JD just went, whoo!
I'm telling you, we went to dinner like a week ago or whatever. We're sitting in the restaurant.
Where'd you go?
Someplace downtown.
Italian place?
Yeah, some like pizzeria type.
Yeah,
place.
Ronnie always goes Italian. Yeah.
Not me. It wasn't my choice.
All right.
I just came into the city and hung out.
Yeah.
And I had a couple of drinks and was sitting there, and then all of a sudden he just starts laughing. I go, "What are you laughing at?" He goes, "I don't know. I'm just laughing."
What's going on? Can you get inside your own head, JD?
I mean, it's just, there's a lot of history. There's a lot of things involved with Ronnie. So just looking at him, it just all comes to my mind and it makes me laugh.
Right. You can't believe it, right? Is he your best friend
Hey,
on
I
the
could
show?
say the same thing.
Is he your best friend on the show?
No.
Here we go.
He's a good friend, but no, he's not my best
Who's your
friend.
best friend on the show?
Probably John Hine.
You suck. John Hine wasn't there in the beginning, fuckhead.
Ronnie fighting for top position.
And I want to say something, too.
Ronnie is a great friend, but not my
JD.
best friend.
Ronnie got in a car and drove you to Philadelphia
He did.
to get your engagement
He
ring.
is a great friend. He's a great
And you're saying
friend.
John goes above and beyond?
No, it's not anything like of actions. It's just how our personalities go together and we talk about everything.
Do
and
you
stuff like that.
confide in John Hine? Do you ever say
Yeah.
to him, hey, something's
Yeah.
bothering you? Some of your most personal thoughts?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do that with me now.
I got
All right,
nothing
never
right
mind.
now.
Do you know that when he gets yelled at or something comes up on the show that he gets upset about,
Yeah.
immediately after he comes out of the studio and he goes into his little hole back there,
Yeah.
John goes to console him.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, no, that's not true at all.
That is so fucking true. It's so true.
Actually, I'll come back to my desk and I'll look at my IM and it'll say, I get a thing from John saying, nice time in the studio. Something like that,
No, he'll walk back there.
I'm going to ask you a question, and it's not in a gay way.
Yes.
Are you in love with John Hine? And do you know what I mean by that?
No,
I don't mean, are you in love with him?
No, I'm not in love.
You could be in love with a man.
I-
Like bro love.
I know.
Yeah.
I care about him. And
Do you
I
love him?
Yeah, I love him. Sure.
You're in love with John. Oh,
I love
that's
everyone.
a little weird.
I love it.
Don't weaken it by saying you love everyone.
Shut up. I love everyone here.
No, you don't.
No, you
No,
don't.
love. I mean, you're in love with John Hine. Have you allowed yourself to love him? I'm asking a serious question.
Sure, I love him. I care about him.
You love him.
Yes.
You're in
He
love with
really
John
does.
Hine.
Not
All right,
in
that's
love.
it. All right.
I'm glad I'm not his best friend now.
They're so close. I don't know if they still do this, but like on a Friday when JD's here before John,
Yeah.
if John's like sitting in traffic, he'll just call JD and JD
no.
leaves him on speaker in his office.
That hasn't happened
and
for
he
years.
just keeps John company in traffic.
Wow.
All right, I'm going to ask you a question. It's not going to be easy.
Uh-huh.
We're on a boat. The
I think I've
sharks.
answered this question before.
There are sharks circling.
Yes.
The boat is sinking.
Yes.
You can save one of us. It's either me or John Hine.
You or John Hine?
Yeah.
Well, I'd save you because you
I'm
employ
both.
me. Yeah.
Okay.
You're
All
my
right.
friend.
Good.
John will forgive you because
good.
he's your best friend.
Good to see that your head is still screwed on straight, Mr. Love.
You know what, though, Howard? He's just saying that on the air.
I know.
Right.
I know.
I think
No,
left to his
actually, I
own
would-
devices, he
Some of your most personal thoughts.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do that with me now.
I got
All right,
nothing
never
right
mind.
now.
Do you know that when he gets yelled at or something comes up on the show that he gets upset about,
Yeah.
immediately after he comes out of the studio and he goes into his little hole back there,
Yeah.
John goes to console him.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, no, that's not true at all.
That is so fucking true. It's so true.
Actually, I'll come back to my desk and I'll look at my IM and it'll say, I get a thing from John saying, nice time in the studio. Something like that,
No, he'll walk back there.
I'm going to ask you a question, and it's not in a gay way.
Yes.
Are you in love with John Hine? And do you know what I mean by that?
No,
I don't mean. Are you in love with him?
No, I'm not in love.
You could be in love with a man.
like bro love.
I know.
Yeah.
I care
Do you-
about him. And
do you
I want
love him?
Yeah, I love him. Sure.
You're in love with John. Oh,
I love
that's
everyone.
a little weird.
I love it.
Don't weaken it by saying you love everyone.
Shut up. I love everyone here.
No, you don't.
No, you
No,
don't.
love. I mean, you're in love with John Hine. Have you allowed yourself to love him? I'm asking a serious question.
Sure. I love him. I care about
You
him.
love him.
Yes.
You're in
He
love with
really
John
does.
Hine.
Not
All right,
in
that's
love.
it. All right.
I'm glad I'm not his best friend now.
They're so close. I don't know if they still do this, but like on a Friday when JD's here before John,
Yeah.
if John's like sitting in traffic, he'll just call JD and JD
no.
leaves him on speaker in his office.
That hasn't
Really?
happened
and
for
he just keeps John company in traffic.
Wow.
All right, I'm going to ask you a question. It's not going to be easy.
Uh-huh.
We're on a boat. The
I think I've
sharks.
answered this question before.
There are sharks circling.
Yes.
The boat is sinking.
Yes.
You can save one of us. It's either me or John Hine.
You or John Hine?
Yeah.
Well, I'd save you because you
I'm
employ
both.
me. Yeah.
Okay.
You're
All
my
right.
friend.
Good.
John will forgive you because
good.
he's your best
Exactly.
friend.
Good to see back of his neck.
I became well known for insulting an idiot. Yes, I'm very
Yes.
proud of that.
And the audience began to love you, and you really took off. And you've always kept your identity a secret. You're
Big
just
mystery.
You're the lump.
Yes. I get ready for a letdown if you figure it out.
For a while, it was thought by Jeff the Drunk that the lump, in fact, was played by a famous Indian by the name of
Eric Andre.
Eric Andre.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, wouldn't it take that kind of recognition and talent to play the lump?
I'll remind people, Shirley, if you would do Jeff the Drunk for me. So, Jeff, the lump is here.
I know that's Eric fucking Andre.
Lump, are you Eric Andre?
Maybe. I can't say for some reason.
Yeah.
I know it's you.
But the lump sits back there, and the lump has a point of view and wants certain material put out on the air. You've
Okay.
So he knows in the computer as well. So the lump, we welcome Lump
Thank
to
you very much.
the esteemed panel here.
When Jeff fell down the escalator last month, I was actually scraped off of him. And so now I'm living a private life as a 36-year-old fat guy.
That's why you can be here without him.
I will
Okay.
tell you off the air, I was talking to the lump, and I enjoy the lump very much.
Do you?
And I said to him, Lump, you have such a distinguished career. A lot of people don't know this. The lump has performed on television. He has his own career going and this and that. And he joined our little group a while ago, seems to be enjoying himself. I'm lucky to have him here. I said, all the work you've put into comedy, and now you're taking a seat at the table. Look who you're sitting next to, Ronnie the limo driver. This is what it all comes down
It's
to.
great. It's great
awesome.
talent. Yeah.
Yes.
I got Ronnie on
I
one
love
side.
the lump because he's a piece of shit on his ass. On
What?
Jeff's ass. He's a piece of shit on Jeff's ass. I love it.
You don't like Jeff, Ronnie?
you really?
I'm asking.
He's a fucking asshole.
All right. Yeah, fuck you. what is it?
Fuck you, you old cocksucker.
Anyway, when Ronnie makes a joke, we always have to get a second interpretation.
That's right.
But Lump, you're here, and
I
you
am.
do have things in the computer that you will be presenting to us. And,
I will.
And by the way, Eric, oops. You knew it. You were right. Yeah, right. But the lump, everyone's favorite, the lump is here, sometimes known as Bobo's toupee. Am I
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Another asshole.
Who? Bobo? You don't like him?
He's talking to you, old man.
I know he's talking to me, lump.
Where am I?
Do you really not like Bobo?
He's a fucking whack case.
Is he?
He's nuts.
Says the guy showing dog licking.
All right,
pussy
Julie.
videos.
Enough.
He's a wacko.
No, but seriously, what? Because Bobo challenges you about driving?
It's so stupid. Yeah, I mean, give me a break.
Well,
What the fuck is wrong with him?
You don't see the humor in Bobo evaluating your driving skills?
No.
Why? It's a funny bit. Who
Because the guy
cares?
never drove in New York City. He's always been in Long Island.
But
he
what's
doesn't
the
know
difference?
from New
Don't-
York traffic. It's a whole different
Let's
scene
me
here.
and you hang out with Bobo and see what he says about your driving. It would be funny. Who cares? He's fucking
him.
Bobo.
He's scared, Howard. He's
Yeah, I'm
scared because
scared,
he knows
I'm
Bobo's a
scared.
professional.
Oh,
at,
yeah,
at
Bobo's a
rating,
professional.
At rating people's driving skills.
Yeah, okay.
And he knows he's not going to score well. He knows he's an angry driver.
But Ronnie would score well, and let's say he doesn't. Who gives a fuck? It would be
Well,
funny.
That's the main thing, right?
I know.
You're going to sit in the car with fucking Bobo.
Yes, I'll do it.
Oh, you got to do it now.
If you're going to do it, then I'll do it.
All right. Oh, now you're talking.
Wait a minute. You got to be in the fucking car the whole time.
I'll be in it.
It's not me and him alone.
No,
ever.
we're going to go for a
It's going to
drive.
be bad.
It's going to be me, you, and Bobo, and somebody taping it, and we'll get Bobo to evaluate your driving skills.
And
Are we going to have one of those cars with the two steering wheels so Bobo
Yeah,
can take over
that's
when
right.
Ronnie loses?
in a break.
I'm not letting Bobo drive anything. I'm not letting him take over. I'm wearing a helmet.
Oh my God!
But
Bobo just
seriously.
came.
Yeah, Bobo just came in his pants.
Howard, literally, just drive one block, get out, get in another limo, and I'll stay with him.
No,
and Bobo.
I'm going to
It's not
stay.
happening.
I'll stay. I don't care. I want to see it.
How long is this for?
Well, how long is a driving test? 2-3 minutes.
Oh, all right.
You know, you got to parallel park. You do your thing.
Parallel park.
Yeah.
Where the hell are you going to
asshole.
find a spot here?
We'll find the spot.
It's New
We'll
York
drive-
City. You got to be able to parallel park.
I could parallel park.
He can do it. That's what I'm saying. What are you afraid of? You could do this in your sleep. And let's say Bobo says you're the shittiest driver ever. Does that change anything really in your world?
No.
Exactly.
that already.
My God, my head almost went through the windshield the other day. Talk about fucking
That
road
wasn't my
rage.
fault.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
You're
Who was
driving.
It was the fucking car.
It's a sensor,
The
asshole.
car.
It's got that sensor.
Oh, my goodness.
You can turn that off.
If you didn't
I
drive,
know you could turn it off.
if you didn't drive up so fast on that other car,
How can you go fast on 6th Avenue?
I don't know. You tell
You
me.
did it.
Robin, shut up. I want to hear you sing.
I don't understand. This is great. This is great. The guy that was behind the wheel is taking no responsibility.
Yeah,
for
the
his
car
own
did it.
Car did
It's an electric fucking
But you
car.
could turn it off. You could turn off.
My
the
head
auto
went through the
brake.
windshield. That's all I know.
It's self-driving.
All right. So
It's
sitting next to the lump
What
is
are you
someone
doing?
everyone is familiar with, Ronnie the limo driver, Ronnie the actor, whatever you want to call him, right? Because he's in the movies now. When is your film coming out? by
I
the
have
way?
no
Look
idea.
like-
I know
You
that
haven't-
Sandler said he was going to come here to promote it. So
Or Sandler. You know Sandler.
So you pick up that name you just dropped.
Sandler's going to come here, man.
The Sandman.
Yeah, texting the Sandman the other day.
Yeah, me, Spade, Sandman, we all hang out. We're doing a show.
Schneider's coming.
Maybe
Rock.
Rock might come too.
So you have no idea when your movie's coming out?
No.
All right, so we're not going to promote that today. Sitting next to Ronnie. So you have
32 years today, my friend.
32 years?
32.
32 years you started driving for me from the day in Hartford or do you count Hartford? That one?
No, from the day one at K-Rock.
I see. So 32 years,
32 years.
you've been driving me around.
Yep.
32 years you've been trying to break his neck.
32 years I'm staring at the back of your head.
That's right.
So why would you be scared of a driving test? You haven't gotten into one accident since you've been driving 32 years. So you're going to fucking be worried about Bobo?
Who the hell?
Get over it.
It's fine.
Good. We're doing it.
We'll do it.
We're doing it.
We'll do it.
And he knows we'll never do it because I'll never sit in the back of the car with your Bobo.
You should have just gone along with it.
I knew it.
No,
You
I
have,
knew that wasn't
you have
happening.
Bobo sit in the front, so
No,
so Bobo can evaluate.
Well,
you.
of course.
We
like,
don't have
like
a
a
front
real
seat.
driving instructor.
No, we do.
There's no
Yeah,
front
Bobo
seat.
should sit there with a clipboard.
Right. Oh, no, he'll have a clipboard.
with an evaluation.
I want to
sheet.
sit in between them in the front.
All right.
How are you going to do that?
I'll figure it out.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, 32 years of motion sickness, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And I will say, Ronnie, congratulations on 32 years. Thank you. And I'll say
Whiplash should have been about you, Howard.
this. Right. That movie. But I will say,
You hear that, Brent? 32 years.
32 years.
I didn't fucking run out.
You didn't melt down.
Loyalty, motherfucker.
Let me explain.
No one else wants to hire me.
Do you think Brent was disloyal to Bobo by leaving?
Bobo?
I mean, to Bubba, whatever his name is. No, seriously, to Bubba.
I don't know the whole story. So.
Right. Okay.
Every time I ask Bubba, what's the real story, he says, everything's good, man.
It's a free country, man. You're nobody's chaining you to your desk.
32 years. And I will say, Ronnie is still as pervy as the day I met him. I can honestly say that. So
Well, let me
congratulations.
ask you something.
Yeah.
How many good years?
How many good years? 32. I like Ronnie a lot. He's my man. He's my man. Yeah, all right.
You better say that.
I'm
He's
scared of him.
driving you this afternoon.
Yeah, I don't want my head through the window.
Otherwise, it's going to be a head-on collision.
No, I love Ronnie. Ronnie's a very loyal guy, very good guy. He's a stand-up guy. He's a little dopey, but he's stand-up, and I like that.
So even on the days that, he's been his dopiest, you don't mind.
Well, sometimes I wish he could be a little more professional in the halls and not be showing people dogs licking women's vagina videos.
Such a great video.
But he's a good man. He's a good man, and that's all that counts.
And we never take it to the car.
Really?
Like if we getting shit here.
We
We never take it to the car.
We leave it at the door.
We leave it up here.
Yeah.
You guys read each other perfect.
Yeah. Let's put it this way. I don't sit there and start in with him in the car.
He wants a medal for being nice to his boss.
Right. Yeah.
And here's the question, though. I've heard in the past on days where Ronnie's been in here and you've given him shit that he jerks the car around.
Oh,
and he takes it
absolutely.
Even
out.
more.
Oh, yeah.
No,
That's
all,
true.
That's all in his mind, man.
Yeah.
It's just happens to be like shit that's going on that you can't help.
The one thing I wish I could change, 32 years ago, Ronnie had no Twitter account. And it
There
was
wasn't any Twitter.
That's right. I know. And
He was there.
thanks, Ronnie.
There was no Titty Tuesday.
I had a flip
32.
phone.
It was a different Ronnie. It was a little bit more professional. It was before I brought Ronnie up here to start being the quote unquote security guy.
It was the Playboy mud flaps, Ronnie.
Yeah.
That's what you want to go back to.
Yeah.
Classic.
Well, they were classic Ronnie.
Classic Ronnie, not classy Ronnie.
There was a charm to that. Ronnie has evolved into the Ronnie you know now. I mean, he was always the Ronnie you know now, but he's come out full bloom like a butterfly.
What Ronnie has perfected? Devolution.
Devolution. Well, anyway, so you've got
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck are you talking about?
The fuck?
so you got
You're
Brent.
crawling back into
Hey,
the
listen, I
sea.
saw you come a long way in 32 fucking years.
Yeah.
By the way, Fred, now that you've chimed in, I forgot you were there.
Drag your ass out of the house.
Fred, isn't it funny when we were in Hartford? It was just me and you.
Yep.
And Fred didn't really work with me. He would just hang out. I was the morning guy, and Fred was the overnight guy. And isn't it remarkable when you look back? How many years ago was it that we were in Hartford?
Oh, 79?
Right, 1979. How many years is that, Fred?
Oh,
You
God.
want me to do it? 89,
Yes, please.
99, 2009. Oh, shit.
Did you miss something?
I got 30 years there, and then in 2009.
Well, I've been with you for 32.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so it's
add
more.
to that.
So Fred has been with me the longest. And,
Yes.
And
Pretty
Fred,
Yes, sir.
would you ever have imagined those days in Hartford when they were pretty bleak?
Oh, the
that
worst.
that we would be sitting here in New York with all these guys working with us.
Listening to my genius. Yeah! Porcupine fucking Thursday! Yeah!
But Fred, are you not getting somewhat emotional as I point this out?
It just amazes me to this day. I mean, I really thought like when we were in Washington, D.C., it was going to be like 2 years, 3 years tops, because that's what radio was.
Yeah.
This is just unbelievable.
That's right. So how many years have we been together, Fred?
Oh, God. 89, 99, 2009. 2000, so
Another
subtract
genius.
that, 38 years.
38 years, I know, Fred. All right, Fred, we're not going to talk to you the rest of the show. Okay. That's it. That's all you get.
One thing as far as the radio industry goes,
Yeah.
Fred Norris is the most underrated person ever in the history of radio. He does not get his due in our business like he should.
Why is he the most underrated? I feel we overrate Fred.
No,
sometimes.
I'm talking about the radio
I
business.
hate when Fred gets all this credit. I want it all for myself.
I'm talking about for the radio business.
Yes.
The radio business, you definitely get your due.
Do you feel you were on the outside of the show working in other radio situations? Does anyone bring up Fred and say, "Gee, we need a Fred. I wish we had Fred"? Is Fred one of those guys people talk about and we just don't know about it?
No.
Is his
that's what
name known?
That's what I'm saying is you have to really be into the Howard Stern show to know Fred and know what he does. And I think that he does not get his due in the radio business like he should.
Fred, do you feel that's accurate, what Brent is saying? But crow a little bit here, will you?
Cockadoodle.
How do you feel as Brent indicates that you are the underrated?
I am part of the Howard Stern program, and that's as far as it goes. I take no great credit or anything like that.
I agree with Brent.
Yeah.
I'm going to applaud Fred right now. Sal booed you. I'm just putting it.
Only to break Fred's balls because I love him so much.
You love him, yes.
do
I
love
agree. Fred is the best.
Fred
and,
is awesome.
and really, Fred was always there.
Thank you, Haji.
All right, you know what? I was going to get emotional, but fuck him.
What? Wait a minute. No, go
No, I said
there.
Fred was always there for me, and Fred is a great, great talent, and I recognized it early on, and I'm so glad that he threw in with me. That's all. You're the best. Now turn off your microphone. Fred.
Thank you. I'll do it myself, but thank you.
You're right, Brent. Absolutely. Well said. Brent, then you have Gary, Jason, JD, the infamous Lump, Ronnie Mund, and sitting next to Ronnie is Sal Gubernale.
Governale.
Gubernale,
Yeah.
I thought.
Whatever you say. Right.
Gubernale.
All right. Enough of that. Let's go on to
I agree.
Enough said.
Have you spoken to Richard since the pregnancy?
Yes, yesterday.
And what was his...
You were the last person he talked
He
to.
called Richard. Richard goes, "Who is this?"
He sent me a few pictures of him and the baby.
I love the baby so much.
I'm changing a diaper right now. Now I'm going to go change the baby's diaper.
He has the.
Now I know how you feel.
We are one.
Yeah, my child. Imagine that fucking
We can
imbecile is
talk
somebody's
like
father.
Dad.
Well, I'm an idiot.
Stop that.
Hey, Sal, when you were talking to Richard, were you thinking about the taste of his cock?
That's a horrible. That's horrible. Who is this guy?
There's kids in there.
Brett, this is the guy you're praising?
What was the conversation like? Because we were shocked that Richard didn't even like text you when he had his baby. He texted JD. And
Texted me, sent
Ronnie.
pictures.
Yeah.
Again, he texted JD to text everyone, and JD blew it. So that's what happened.
Yeah, but you're everyone now, isn't that
Yeah,
weird?
but it doesn't matter.
You're lumped in with like everyone else.
Yeah, well, that's fine. But he sent me a few pictures. The babies. He has the baby in a pumpkin outfit.
How many did he send you? How many pictures?
Like 6 or 7.
Dude, I got pictures of it coming out. What are you talking about?
You got pictures of the baby coming out?
Yeah, he was in the delivery room.
He knows not to send those to Sal. He'll jerk off to him. God.
Yeah, so he's doing good.
I am so fucking shocked that Richard didn't text you. Like you were not one of the three.
Let's see, Ronnie,
Yeah, well,
JD.
I was really worried in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, because I knew she went into labor.
Hey, Richard, what was your thought process? Like you went JD.
Let's see, Ronnie, JD, John Hahn, the lump.
I'm going to be the godfather, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, Shuli. I forgot Shuli. Yeah.
So I texted him in the morning.
You know what I heard? I found out that Steve Nowicki and Sal found out at the same time.
Wow. You're that low on the totem
That's
pole. You're
really
down there with Steve Nowicki.
Yeah, I mean, Steve Nowicki's the lowest.
Oh, he makes Ronnie look like Mother Teresa. He's a creepy
All right, sitting next.
Uploaded by the World of Howard Stern channel.
Next to Sal, and finally, so we have Brent, Gary, Jason, JD, the Lump, Ronnie, Sal, and finally sitting here in the studio on this special Thursday show, my gift to America.
Don't get used to it. It's the Howard Stern Thursday Show.
Sitting at the end of the table is Shuli. Shuli, who I found in an airport somewhere. He was a listener. Shuli, who I found in an airport somewhere. He was a listener, right, Shuli? And
Yeah, I was living in Vegas. I was starting out in comedy, and I was working part-time at the airport as a wheelchair pusher.
No, you were a wheelchair pusher.
Yeah, starting out part-time. Living in your parents' house.
I was living in my parents' house.
And I thought, well, when we got the channels, Howard 100 and Howard 101, I said, well, let me see if I can find someone on the cheap to work here.
Well, you found him.
Shuli. I found him. Found you in a hole somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we brought Shuli in, and he's been a member of the team ever since, and a great addition. So I've asked Shuli, Sal, Ronnie the Lump, JD, Jason, Gary, and Brent to come in here, and they are sitting around a round table, or half a round table. Or it's like the Knights of the Round Table.
It's a long rectangular table.
Yes, horseshoe. Right,
It looks
very
like
good.
a big cock.
It looks like an L.
Yeah.
It's an L.
Horse cock. Yeah.
No, Ronnie's right. It's a horseshoe. And the guys are all sitting here, and what
It's
we're going
a
to do...
horseshoe.
Back, I am going
It's
I am going to come back and ask each guy to kind of help me clean out the computer. They've gone through it exhaustively, and they've each found something that might be of interest to the audience, and we'll go through it, and let's really... let's clear out the computer, guys. This is ridiculous.
Let's find out what they've been sitting on.
Yeah. And that'll all happen when we get back. But first, this.
We'll be right back with Howard Stern's gracious gift to the universe, the Live Thursday Show. The Today Show.
And
really
moving on, in your kitchen, sometimes we get sick of the same old bar stools. This is great,
stools
a
or chairs.
bamboo look.
Even a clock. We have our same boring things on.
Yep.
Try a fabulous cock. Try a fabulous cock. Fabulous cock. Cock.
This is the Howard Stern Show.
Stone Temple Pilots, live from the Sunset Strip.
Hear their first performance with their new lead singer.
Tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern and Pacific.
Stone Temple Pilots.
On Howard 101.
And now, a Sport Clips well-played moment.
Gentlemen, the mind of the human male is a peculiar thing. Every day we walk through a car wash of external stimuli, from the eyeballs to the ear holes, to exotic hot dog smells, to imported energy drinks. So does our mind...
Haircuts. Find a location near you at sportclips.com.
Sony Pictures Classics presents Call Me By Your Name, a new film by Luca Guadagnino, starring Armie Hammer, Timothy Chalamet, and Michael Stuhlbarg. Written by James Ivory and based on the international best-selling book. Now, this love story set in northern Italy in nurturing compassion that sneaks up on you.
Because what I'm about to
2
say
minutes.
will improve the quality of your life. My name is Dr. Jonathan Greenberg, and I'm the inventor of Zipa. You know, when somebody's looking to buy something, buy a product, especially online, there's a big trust issue. You have to believe not only in the company and themselves, but you have to believe and trust in the product. Listen, you have nothing to lose because we back every Zipa appliance with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Snoring is a serious matter. If you have ignored your snoring problem, or if you have a loved one that has accepted snoring as a way of life, Zipa will conquer your snoring problems and allow you or your loved one to finally get a good night's sleep. Go to Zipa.com and order now. That's Zipa. It's happy Z backwards, spelled ZYPPAH.com. End embarrassing snoring. Get back in bed with your spouse. Order Zipa now and win the battle against snoring. That's Zipa.com.
Oh my. That was fun. You know what I like about you?
My personality? My body? The way
The fact that you're so worldly.
Worldly?
Yeah. Whenever I come over, I love wearing your cool t-shirts from all those dive bars you visited in the U.S. Like the one I'm wearing now from the Bob Inn in Chicago. It's a real turn on.
Actually, I have a confession. I didn't really visit all those places. I got them as a gift from my sister from Dive Bar Shirt Club.
Dive Bar Shirt Club is the T-shirt of the month club that celebrates cool and unusual dive bars from around the USA, like Red Barn Pub in Mandeville, Louisiana, where glasses are raised in a barn. If you or someone you know loves dive bars, then join the Dive Bar Shirt Club. Membership entitles you to receive a rare T-shirt from the best bars you've never heard of. Join today at DiveBarShirtClub.com and get a free month with a purchase of 6 months or more. If you're still stumped finding the perfect gift, sign up until Christmas Day at DiveBarShirtClub.com.
You
Dive
bet.
Bar Shirt Club.
Whether you have a side gig, you got a side gig, or you own a small business, Grasshopper can help. Oh, I love you, Grasshopper. You are something else. With Grasshopper, you can sound professional and keep your work and personal life separate, no matter the type of small business or side hustle you may have. But Grasshopper makes it easy to stay connected to your customers and team from anywhere. With Grasshopper, you get all the features of a business phone system with the freedom of a cell phone. And it's simple to set up. In just a few minutes, you can start making and receiving business calls using Grasshopper's iPhone and Android apps. Choose a new local, toll-free, or vanity phone number, or easily transfer over your current number. Simply forward your new number to your mobile phone or office phone. Isn't it beautiful? Features include extensions for everyone on your team, text messaging, voicemails transcribed and emailed to you, and more. Plus, Grasshopper offers 24/7 customer service and no long-term contracts. Grasshopper.com. Visit it today. Get started on Grasshopper, the small business phone system. All right.
Welcome back to the Live Thursday show. And now your host, Mr. Generosity, Howard Stern.
Hey-o. Thank you, Mr. Announcer.
Mr. Generosity.
Yeah, well, I'm doing something beautiful by showing up on a Thursday. Very rarely done around here.
Thank you. Yeah. You know what, Howard? I was looking at the panel, and it suddenly struck me that Benji's not on the panel. What's going on?
Yeah, by the way, in case you're just tuning in, this is a special Thursday show, and we've got a bunch of the guys who work in the back room who are now going to present various materials from our computer so we can do like a spring cleaning kind of a situation, go through a lot of material we never have gotten on the air but we think is good. So Robin says, of course, where's Benji? So here's the story on Benji. So when a couple of months ago, we came up with the idea of doing the Thursday show where we clean out the computer. And Jason sent out an email to everyone on the show and said, look, we're thinking of putting together a panel. Get back to us with your favorite bits and get back to us with what you would present to Howard from the computer.
Okay.
And Jason, am I correct so far?
Yeah, that went out in the email, and it also went out in meeting notes that we have. So from two different areas.
And in typical Benji fashion, who thinks his whole job is just to show up for 4 hours, he never responded to you, right?
He never responded. And then when he did kind of respond at one point of something he would like to do.
But
it had nothing to do with what we're trying to do here.
So
with
he
the panel.
didn't read the instructions. He didn't follow the command.
See, I disagree. I believe he read the instructions and he just decided he was going to do what he wanted to do. He's got an idea that has nothing to do with what we're doing here today.
Right.
And I believe he read those instructions and decided not to participate.
So now he's out in the hall moping because he's not part of this panel. But he's not part of the panel because he didn't do the assignment.
Yeah, he had every opportunity to be here.
He was invited to the panel.
Right. He was invited, but he had to do a little extra work.
That's true.
He's on the clock. He had to get on Facebook.
Not only would he had to do extra work, but it's work you can only do here because we can't look at our system from my apartment or something. So he would have had to stay.
He was too
hours.
busy, so that's why he's not on the panel.
I see.
But now, I'm sure he's out there going, wait, no, that's not true. That's not true. I read it. I did it. I did my assignment. I did it. I true. But there's no defense. We invited Benji to do a little extra work, but he didn't want to do it. Do I have it wrong?
No, but so funny because Benji wants to be on the air so much.
Yeah.
But he won't do the little things like show up early to talk to you before the show starts or, hey, we want to put you on the air, put together a package. And he just,
Well,
doing his own thing.
As I've always said, Benji goes to the beat of his own blotchy drum. He really is. He's a blotchy diva. Right? Am I right? You know what I mean? I wanted him as a part of this, but he wouldn't do anything about it. Real quick, let's find out how the audience is enjoying their extra show. So far, an hour in, and we haven't gotten to one thing in the computer, but we're going to do it. Yes, Jody, you're on the air.
Hey, now.
Oh, Jody. I thought it was a girl. Okay, Jody, go ahead.
Thanks for showing up on Thursday. That's excellent.
My gift to you, Jody.
You know what? But thanks for showing up yesterday. I'll tell you what. I've had the hate on.
Come on!
What's wrong with you?
What is?
Spit it out! All right, let him go. Yes, yes, Jody. Make a point.
Your interview with Mr. Stewart yesterday was absolutely fantastic. I had a hate on for that guy for years and years, and you guys dug into something that started so, casual, and you guys went so deep with, his father, and I had problems with my father, and I've been going.
Jody, we're running out of time, but I will tell you that that was one of my favorite conversations I've had on the air. Jon Stewart, loved that guy. In fact, I loved him so much going way back that I was his first guest on his MTV show, if you remember that show, because I always liked the guy. But yesterday, I thought he was incredibly thoughtful. He talking about his struggles with even what's going on with Louis C.K. and them being questioned about it, and talking about, I thought it was amazing. He said, I wonder if I did know about Louis, would I have said something, or in general, would I say something?
What would I have done?
What would I have done? He's such a thoughtful guy. And then he went on to talk about his father, which was extremely painful, I'm sure, but what a fascinating insight. Talking about a whole bunch of things. I mean, he really was something else,
He really.
Well, you guys dived also into
What'd you say, Jason?
media.
I can't hear from Jody again. Yeah,
it was really cool because he seemed to almost be processing all of the things you were talking about, like in real time. It wasn't just a canned, here's what I think.
It wasn't prepared. He hadn't done this before.
He didn't know the answers when he started talking.
Yeah,
it was really
exactly.
Cool to watch.
Howard, he left here. He was so happy. He said that he felt like a weight was lifted off him. But I don't even think he came in prepared to talk about what he talked about. It just happened.
Yeah, it was great. It was really just a great moment. I really was thinking about him a lot yesterday, so I'm grateful he came in. All right, Jody?
Yeah, you guys have a good one.
All right, Jody, thank you. That's Jody in Canada, who took a while to get the thought out.
Slow starters.
By the way, on our phone, Simon Cowell wants to thank me for working today.
Really?
I will allow that. Yes, Simon, what's up?
Hello, Howard.
Hello.
Congrats on working on a Thursday.
Thank you.
Bloody good job, Stern. Burning the candles at both ends.
Yes, well, I felt that I owed it to the audience to show up on a Thursday and get this material out to the public.
Hey, Howard, just wondering, while you're here at the studio, is your wife Beth at home?
My wife is at home, yes.
Is there any chance Beth is ovulating?
You know, Simon,
He'd like to give you a baby.
yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what that was like for your friend, but I have to tell you, the thought of me coming home and finding out that you've impregnated my wife is really painful to me. I don't even want to joke about that, okay?
Yes, of course.
And you know what? You're just a fucking schlub who judges whether or not people have talent. And I'm not even sure what talent you fucking have.
And how many hours a week does he put in?
And I am not raising your baby.
Does she happen to have a thing for British assholes who impregnate their friends' wives?
No, that's not her thing.
And you're definitely going to be stuck in the studio for the next couple of hours, right?
Yes, but I hesitate to tell you that. All right, listen, Simon, I got to get back to this big show where the guys are going to clean out the computer and tell us what is in there, okay?
Okay, then I've got to baby powder my penis and get going.
Thank you. Thank you. What a nice phone call. Well, let's hope he doesn't fuck my wife and make her pregnant. I really, because he's such a ladies' man, and what a great guy.
And technically, the baby would be yours.
Yes, I know.
Because you're married.
That's what I heard. I'm very worried about him getting over there, but it was so upsetting when he fell down the steps the other day. Oh, what a terrible
Heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, thank God he's okay.
Couldn't happen to a worse person.
Most people fall down the steps and their neck gets broken, but thankfully his didn't.
Yes.
I read when he woke up, he said, "Oh my God, I hope I'm not paralyzed." And I was like, "Yeah, thank God you're not. You're free to go impregnate more guys' wives, you motherfucker."
God, your dick still works.
Yeah, right. And I love seeing interviews where they don't bring that up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, come in here, we'll bring it up. Right? Fuck them! 68!
Fuck 69!
Jeff the drunk wants to say one thing. He's
of course
upset
he
that the lump is on the panel. Yes, Jeff.
Good morning, Howard.
Good morning. Yes.
What's up, asshole?
Yeah, asshole.
Fuck you, asshole. The lump's gonna officially fuck off.
Okay. That's been your policy from the start, dipshit.
All right, listen.
Ronnie, fuck off.
Go fuck yourself.
All right, enough of this.
That's brilliant dialogue. I think the faculty at Harvard talks like that.
That's the bit. That's what we do.
I was about to get the highest radio honor award, and then that dialogue happened. And they said, there's really nothing to this show. Let's go to Todd, and then we must get right to the computer and going through the material.
This is never going to happen.
No, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's only an hour into the show.
We're going to clear out that computer.
Well, I'm the producer. I have to get my material on here. All right, here we go, Todd. Todd, you have the word. Go ahead.
Hi, good morning, folks. I just wanted to call and share my appreciation for everything that all y'all do for all of us every morning. Just kind of share a quick story about me. A couple of years ago, I got injured in the military, got out of the military, wasn't ready to get out, and had no idea what to do with my life. I had a brand new baby. And, you know, wife.
Was it yours or Simon Cowell's? Because you were away.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. She's got kind of a little accent, English accent. So
this is exciting. We have a hero on the phone, and I'm a hero for doing your show today.
Yes.
Surrounded by heroes.
It's the day of heroes. Yeah.
Thank you both for your service.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So, long story short, you know, there was one morning I remember it really clearly. I actually planned on you know, doing some.
Why is it when a guy says long story short, the story gets longer?
Oh, you don't know how long it was going to be.
You know, you're a veteran. I hate to play you off, but Jesus Christ, you're going on and on. And I really do have to get to this material.
I don't know. I don't even know where we're going.
All right. Todd, can you sum it up, make it a long story short for real?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I wanted to hurt myself. I heard the show where Eric had to smell Will's ass one morning, and it completely turned my day around. And it's just material like that.
Really?
Wow.
You
never
know.
All right, well,
it makes everything better. You know, ass smelling is great, I guess. You know, so I just appreciate
Todd,
it.
thank you for that beautiful story about how ass smelling turned your life around. And, you know, people don't realize
You never know
that.
what it's going to be.
It's an important
You know,
show.
one
That's it.
smelly ass saved a life. Well, Todd, thank you.
That's it.
And seriously, thank you for your service, and I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all too. Y'all have a good day.
All right, let's get down.
You think it's going to be
A
something?
man whose generosity knows no bounds.
I am perfect.
It's the Howard Stern Thursday Show.
All right, here
Just
we
back
go.
to Todd for a second. You think you're going to say something profound and change somebody's life, but no, it's ass smelling.
All right, I'm going to now repeat who is on our panel. Brent, Gary, Jason, JD. I'm going to now repeat who is on our panel. Brent, Gary, Jason, JD, The Lump, Ronnie the limo driver, Sal, and Shuli are all in a horseshoe-type table where each guy has prepared what's in the computer, and we're going to get through all of this material today. Of course, I have to take a break, and then we're going to...
Oh, no!
Never gonna happen.
No, I really
You have to take a break?
Yeah. I'm surprised Benji didn't run in and Benji, do I have it right? Do you have any defense for any of this? He would have been part of the panel. That's all I'm saying. If he had put like 10 minutes worth of work in.
There he is.
You would, no. Go over there.
going?
Over there. He's already at the wrong mic.
Jim
What?
is directing him
All right, I'm
otherwise,
sorry.
but whatever.
I looked it over. I misunderstood the note.
All right. That's it. Sorry.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, it's
I
fine.
tried to make you a part of it.
What?
I tried to make you a part of it, but you didn't pair.
Okay, I thought I did, but I misunderstood.
Well, there you go.
What was his idea?
Oh my God! His idea was he was going to come in today. He got some kind of thing to explain it, Benji. It's you know what? I'm not going to go to Benji. Jason, explain it.
He found some test that allegedly, if you go through it, makes you fall in love with somebody.
It's not a test. It's a psychological technique
he
that
wanted
they've
to-
developed. That people go back and forth to each other when they talk to each other. And I suggested Howard and I do this
He
procedure.
wanted to sit close to you, eye to eye contact, where you guys exchange these words or sentences, and therefore see if he can make you fall in love
Yeah, I
with
mean,
him.
what is the misunderstanding? You get a memo that says, we're going to do a show. Here's the concept.
Twice.
Twice. You get two memos that say, we're going to do a show where we sit in the studio, we go through this material in the computer. Can you pull out your favorite bits that we haven't gotten to? How do you misunderstand that? Like, do you spend 1 second reading through it?
The note I sent about you and I falling
But that
in
has
love.
nothing to do with
and
what
I'm
we're
actually
doing.
doing it to you for a little bit right now.
No, but what I'm saying is but
it's not
be
working,
serious.
by the way.
Yeah, I hate you. No, I like you, but what I'm saying is, how do you
that
not
was
get
a
that
separate.
right?
That's a separate. That was an idea I had that could be for this show,
Yeah,
or
but
I
I'm
said
saying,
for any show.
how do you miss? How does everyone on the show understand what this is, and you miss it?
I think if you looked at the note, you would You would understand.
But
I
none
didn't
of us-
understand.
we all No, looked at the everyone note. Got it. We all
Everyone
looked at
got
it.
it. I didn't understand. I misunderstood. I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
I'm going to call bullshit here. Seriously, Benji. Forget about the fact whether you misunderstood the note. You've seen everybody around here for the last 3 weeks scurrying around talking about this, looking through stuff, talking about it. I mean, this wasn't a secret that we just sprung on you this morning.
Not only that, I explained on the air what it was
for days.
For days. Yeah. How do you miss that?
I thought people were presenting bits that they've done recently.
But
and
that's
the
not what
last
this
one-
is.
All right.
We're just going through the computer.
I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
Well, this comes up at every writers' meeting. Maybe drop in on one every once in a while.
All right.
All right. I feel bad. You're not part of this.
I didn't even see the memo, and I understood.
I know. And I never had any separate conversation with Robin.
Yeah, Robin's presenting today.
Yeah.
How did you understand it?
Anyway, I feel bad for him again, and yet I shouldn't, right, Gary? I mean, we try to include him.
We really did. We wanted you to be part of this.
And I'm not arguing that.
No, but then you get bummed out that you don't get to sit in the studio or that we don't love you.
I hate to do this, but I command the panel to boo Benji right now.
I
hate to do that.
I wish I had a fucking panel.
All right, go back. Now get out. Shame.
You look like a panel.
Shame. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Shame.
I mean, the guy only wants to be on the air.
Right.
We send him a memo. Here's how you get on the air. Just go through the computer, pull out your bits that you think we haven't gotten to, and your take on it.
In all fairness, I didn't get the email either. I was a little confused.
All right,
I love Benji very much,
Yes.
but I will say sometimes he's hanging around after the show and we're about to go into a writer's meeting. I'm like, hey, you're here anyway. Come see what we're up to. And he's like, no, thanks, and leaves. So, I don't
That's
understand.
not part of I'm not part of this, really. I mean,
Well, I mean, listen, I don't
Be
want to
curious.
I don't want to pile on, but there's days he comes to me during the show and he has an idea. And I said, yeah, we already discussed that in the 45-minute meeting before that you weren't at.
Yeah, maybe wake up 10 minutes early and come in and hear it.
But that is such.
But then he's like, well, I have my own Periscope to worry about. I mean, it's like, dude.
But it does come. I know it comes off sometimes that like we bully Benji or beat him up, but he's so wanted. Like he's wanted here before the show. He's wanted in the writers' meeting because he's funny and talented.
I really do keep waiting for the day that he says to me, Gary, you know what? I'd like to come to that early meeting, and I'd be like, you're welcome.
It's not going to happen.
No, but I mean, he can come to the meeting. Like I'd love to see him at 6:20 every morning and get his thoughts.
Right. We welcome him into it.
Well, I was just the reason the thought came into my mind was it was so much fun having you all in the studio and talking to you. Then I thought, where's Benji?
Robin walks up to me the first break and goes, hey, by the way, how come Benji's not on the panel? I said, ask me that on the air. I can't wait to tackle that one. Well, anyway, we have a panel. It's in a horseshoe fashion in the studio. If we had cameras, you could see it.
Horseshoes are supposed to be lucky, though.
Yeah, this is some horseshoe. This is like the United Nations of assholes, myself included.
It really is.
But anyway, when we come back, we're going to hear from the guys. We're going to get right down to business, honestly. We're gonna go through the computer. Each guy I'm going to call on, and he's going to remind us of what we've missed. But first, I do have to listen to this.
We'll be right back with Howard Stern's gracious gift to the universe, the Live Thursday Show.
Now, Stephen Colbert on the Today Show.
Well, we are thrilled to have you, Stephen Colbert.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here.
Oh, you're staying right here?
Yep.
Up next. Oh, do you tweet?
I have twatted.
Oh, my gosh. Actually, so have I. Okay, we're going to check out the latest computer craze right after this. Oh, my God.
The Howard Stern Show.
One's an expert on fast food. The other's an expert on 80s music and vinyl. And somehow they still have room in their brains for everything Howard.
John Hein and Gary Delabate host the Howard Stern Wrap-Up Show. Live every day following the show.
Hi. We're not sorry we missed you. Your call really isn't that important to us. But if you leave your name, number, and a brief message, a computer will record your voice. And a tiny red light on our phone will flash. Until we cover it with a piece of tape. Bye now.
What are you really saying to the customer who can't reach a real person? Help your business rediscover the lost art of human interaction with Ruby Receptionist, the virtual receptionist that does what no voice machine or ordinary answering service could ever do. From our offices in Portland, Oregon, Ruby handles all your calls with the perfect mix of friendliness and professionalism, making your customers feel special while making you look good, just like a full-time receptionist at a fraction of the cost. Sign up today with our money-back guarantee. Visit callruby.com, or better yet, call us 844-400-RUBY.
The Vuvuzela, the most annoying sound in the world to the human ear. This is a voicemail greeting, the most annoying sound in the world to your customers.
Hi, this is Greg, and you can leave your name and number when you hear, I don't know if there's a tone. Anyway, I'll call you back.
This is the sound of your business each time a customer gets sent to voicemail. And this is the sound of Ruby receptionists.
Hello, this is Ruby. How may I help you? Ruby is the team of virtual receptionists who answer all your business calls live. No robotic scripts, no impersonal recordings, just real receptionists mastered in the art of turning rings into relationships. Experience Ruby for yourself. Visit callruby.com, or better yet, call us 855-485-RUBY.
My name is Dr. Jonathan Greenberg. Stop what you are doing because what I'm about to say will improve the quality of your life. Snoring is a serious matter. If you have ignored your snoring problem,